With a family fortune that could rival the economies of smaller nations, the lavish existence of America's former first son, Barron Trump, is nothing short of a spectacle of excessive wealth and indulgence. From traveling aboard private jets to residing in extravagant mansions and attending some of the world's most exclusive events, Barron's daily life is a continuous parade of luxury and splendor. Step into the incredible universe of Barron Trump, where the extraordinary is simply routine for the youngest member of the Trump dynasty. The glitz and glamour of Barron Trump's life. Born on March 20th, 2006, in New York City, Barron's life has been nothing less than a fairy tale. With much older half-siblings ranging in age from 13 years his senior to 28, Barron was the family's youngest and often enjoyed the privileges of being treated like an only child. His father, Donald Trump, boasts an impressive net worth of $7.5 billion and made his mark as a real estate tycoon and television celebrity, famous for his role on the reality show The Apprentice. Meanwhile, his mother, Melania Trump, transitioned from a successful modeling career to the prominent role of First Lady. Together, Donald and Melania offered Barron a childhood drenched in opulence. Spending his formative years in the exclusive Trump Tower on Manhattan's iconic Fifth Avenue, Barron was surrounded by luxury from the very beginning. This legendary high-rise was both his playground and his home, setting the tone for a life brimming with grandeur. Unlike most kids, Barron had the privilege of claiming an entire floor of the skyscraper as his own personal domain. Envision turning an entire level of a high-rise into your private playground. His upbringing was one of unrestrained luxury, where every desire was fulfilled and his imagination had no boundaries. This opulent lifestyle enabled him to freely pursue his passions and interests without constraints. Thanks to the Trump family's immense wealth and status, Barron experienced opportunities that were beyond the reach of most children. He shared cherished moments with his father at their Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. This expansive property, often dubbed the Winter White House, is renowned for its lavish features, including a golf course, shimmering pools, and secluded beaches. Barron and his father spent time golfing, sharing meals, and enjoying family moments in this opulent environment. Beyond the material comforts, Barron was introduced to public attention shortly after birth, with his first significant media appearance occurring in May 2006. At just under 2 months old, he was presented to the world during an episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show. While participating in the program, Oprah's close friend Gayle King conducted an exclusive sit-down with Donald and Melania Trump, during which the couple proudly unveiled their newborn son, Barron, to the public for the first time. When questioned about the experience of becoming a father again after such a long time, Donald Trump radiated joy, expressing the immense pride, happiness, and sense of fulfillment Barron had brought into their lives. Melania Trump, equally radiant, offered her perspective on Donald's parenting. She mentioned how attentive he was with the baby, explaining that he spent quality time each morning watching television and reading the paper while holding Barron. As the interview progressed, King had the chance to meet Barron, who was rather fussy throughout. Despite his crankiness, people couldn't help but be drawn to the youngest member of the Trump family. The choice of the name Barron also came up during the conversation. Donald shared that he had always been fond of the name, but had never previously considered using it until now. It became apparent that this initial glimpse of Barron on television was simply the beginning of his journey in the public eye. Born as the child of a billionaire entrepreneur and a former supermodel, it was clear that his life would always be intertwined with luxury and attention. Barron Trump's fortune is estimated to be an impressive $60 million as of 2024, a sum far beyond what most people could ever dream of accumulating in a lifetime. The kicker? He hasn't had to break a sweat to earn it. This incredible wealth stems from his family's financial empire and strategic investments. Adding to this, Barron benefits from a trust fund that can only be described as a gold mine. It holds opulent assets, including a sprawling 10,000 square foot mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, and an expansive 30-acre property in Bedminster, New Jersey. The Florida mansion is situated on the same estate as his father's famed Mar-a-Lago resort. While the property is often valued at roughly $11 million, some news outlets have speculated that its worth could skyrocket to an astonishing $250 million. Meanwhile, the Bedminster estate is believed to have a value of approximately $19 million. This estate boasts a remarkable 7,000 square foot mansion, a golf course, and a luxurious swimming pool. But that's just the beginning. Barron holds shares in some of the most sought-after tech giants in the market. He's invested in companies like Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Apple, Meta Platforms, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan Chase, United Health Group, Home Depot, and Visa. It's akin to having a stake in every major industry, and we're talking about some seriously profitable ventures. With a quarter of his trust fund tied up in these high-value stocks, Barron's fortune is poised to expand at an astonishing rate. Speaking of his extravagant lifestyle, even his earliest days were marked by unimaginable luxury. As the youngest member of the Trump family, Barron was always destined for a life defined by wealth and indulgence, a standard that Donald and Melania Trump ensured for their son. One of the most remarkable gifts he received as a newborn was an ornate golden stroller, a present from the famous Ellen DeGeneres. Picture being wheeled around in a gold-laden pram. This extraordinary gift perfectly set the stage for Barron's formative years, where opulence was not the exception, but rather the everyday reality. The golden baby carriage represented more than just extraordinary wealth. It was a testament to the extravagant lifestyle that awaited Barron. His upbringing mirrored this grandeur as well. During his formative years, he lived in the Trump Tower penthouse, a lavish triplex apartment synonymous with luxury. Situated along New York City's iconic Fifth Avenue, Trump Tower stands as a landmark, and the penthouse serves as its crowning achievement. Lavishly decorated with gold accents and marble, this sky mansion offers stunning views of both Central Park and the Manhattan skyline. In this magnificent home, Barron occupied an entire floor exclusively for himself. That's right, an entire floor. While most kids might settle for simply their own bedroom, Barron's dedicated space included a nursery, living room, kitchen, and accommodations for his mother and staff of nannies. Designed in the opulent Louis XIV style, his nursery featured intricate detailing and sumptuous decor, perfectly embodying the grandeur befitting a young prince and evocative of the elegance of the French royal court. Melania Trump, the mother of Barron, played a significant role in cultivating a lavish lifestyle for her son. She was dedicated to making sure Barron experienced nothing but the finest. One particularly remarkable detail about his early years was his elaborate skincare regimen. Back in 2013, Melania introduced her own skincare brand, which included a luxurious moisturizer known as Caviar Complex C6, infused with caviar extract. This wasn't your typical skincare product. It was a premium item developed to offer the pinnacle of luxury care. In a later revelation, Melania shared that she would apply this caviar-enriched cream on Barron every evening, covering him from head to toe. Picture a 7-year-old indulging in such a sophisticated skincare routine. If rubbing caviar-infused moisturizer on a child post-bath doesn't define extravagant pampering, what does? For Barron, childhood was a seamless blend of indulgence and upscale care. And can you believe it? The gold-plated baby carriage, an entire floor dedicated to him in the Trump Tower penthouse, and even the luxurious caviar-based moisturizer were merely the starting points. Born into immense wealth, Barron was raised by Melania Trump, who made it a priority to be an active and devoted parent. She strongly emphasized her role in shaping his early education, believing that being hands-on and fully immersed in her child's learning process was essential. Melania frequently expressed her desire to dedicate herself entirely to motherhood, ensuring she was there for every milestone in Barron's educational journey, whether it was mastering the alphabet or tackling algebra. Determined to provide him with every possible advantage, she took matters into her own hands by homeschooling him. Melania personally taught him core subjects and also introduced him to an impressive array of languages, including Slovenian, Czech, French, and perhaps others that remain unknown. As a result, Barron became fluent in Slovenian, a skill nurtured by Melania and his grandparents, and developed an appreciation for Slovenian cuisine, especially the meals prepared by his late grandmother, Amalia Novs. Additionally, he picked up French, demonstrating his linguistic talents from an early age. Melania's commitment to her son's education was clear in every facet of their routine. Yet, as Barron grew older, the time inevitably came for him to begin attending a formal school. Determined to give him every advantage, she made sure he had access to top-tier resources and opportunities, resulting in a remarkable start to his academic journey. Prior to their move to the White House, Barron was enrolled at Columbia Grammar and Preparatory School, a prestigious institution located on Manhattan's Upper West Side. This acclaimed school is renowned for its rigorous academics, paired with a strong focus on fostering creativity. During his final year there, Barron even organized a class trip to Washington, D.C. Now that's an unforgettable outing. Just picture a group of 80 students, their teachers, and even Secret Service agents hopping on buses to tour the Capitol. It's safe to say that must have been a memorable experience. Afterward, Barron advanced to St. Andrews in Maryland, a school with an eye-watering annual tuition of $50,000. Now that's quite the hefty price tag. For the Trumps, the expense was a small trade-off for the exceptional education Barron received. St. Andrews offered him a rare opportunity to experience a sense of normalcy amid the extraordinary circumstances of his upbringing. There, he was able to forge friendships, join various school activities, and concentrate on his academics, all while living in one of the most globally recognized residences. However, once the family vacated the White House, Barron transitioned to Oxbridge Academy in Florida in 2021. Although still costly at $38,000 annually, it was comparatively more affordable. Now that Barron has recently graduated from high school, it's evident that the Trump family remains deeply committed to prioritizing his education. Oxbridge Academy's impressive record of a 100% college acceptance rate, with half of its students earning spots at top 100 U.S. universities or top 50 liberal arts colleges, suggests Barron is well-positioned to secure admission to a prestigious institution. When Donald Trump assumed the U.S. presidency in 2016, the family experienced unprecedented public attention. Despite this, Barron did not immediately relocate to Washington, D.C. Instead, he stayed with his mother at Trump Tower for nearly the first 5 months of his father's presidency to finish the school year before they moved in the summer of 2017. On June 11, 2017, Barron and Melania officially moved into the White House when he was just 11 years old, marking a significant moment in history. Barron became the first presidential son to live in the White House since John F. Kennedy Jr. back in 1963. Transitioning from the grandeur of Trump Tower to the splendor of the White House was like upgrading from an opulent penthouse to an even grander palace. Yet Barron adjusted effortlessly, handling the change like a seasoned pro. He adapted to his new surroundings as smoothly as a child settling into the ultimate dream room, which, let's be honest, is exactly what it was. Much of the buzz about Barron's White House experience centered around his custom-designed bedroom. His room was nothing short of legendary, a tech-savvy haven crafted specifically for him. Unlike any previous first child, Barron's space was curated to reflect his personal style and preferences. The room boasted a sleek, modern design complete with contemporary furnishings, cutting-edge technology, and a gaming setup that would leave any teenager green with envy. More than a bedroom, it acted as a private retreat where Barron could unwind from the pressures of his extraordinary life. The White House itself, outfitted with amenities comparable to the finest luxury resorts, offered Barron access to an abundance of incredible features. One of the places he enjoyed the most was the private home theater, a sanctuary where he could indulge in the latest films with both style and comfort. Equipped with luxurious seating and a state-of-the-art audio system, the theater offered Barron an unparalleled cinematic escape. It served as a perfect spot for him to unwind and have some downtime, away from the prying eyes of the public. Another retreat that Barron cherished was the swimming pool. The White House pool, which has been beloved by several first families, became a space for him to relax and take a break from his busy life. Whether he was doing laps in the water or simply lounging poolside, it provided a welcome escape from his responsibilities. It was also an area where he could bond with friends and family, transforming it into a lively hub of fun and relaxation. Yet another standout feature was the White House bowling alley, a unique amenity that brought endless joy to Barron and those close to him. Tucked away in the basement of the historic residence, the alley became his go-to spot for lighthearted competition and amusement. This special edition truly set his lifestyle apart from that of other kids his age. The bowling alley quickly became one of Barron's favorite spots to spend time, offering him a chance to connect with his friends and create cherished memories. Although life in the White House included immense privilege and luxury, Barron's parents worked hard to ensure he experienced a sense of normalcy. Melania Trump, in particular, was very protective of her son and frequently emphasized the importance of shielding him from the more negative facets of fame. She played an active role in his day-to-day life, striving to maintain a well-rounded schedule that balanced school, leisure, and family time. One of the most remarkable aspects of Barron's life in the White House was the heightened security and privacy that surrounded him. Being the president's son meant that Barron was constantly under the watchful care of Secret Service agents, who were tasked with ensuring his safety around the clock. This exceptional level of protection was not only essential, but also served as a reminder of his unique circumstances. It allowed Barron to enjoy his daily activities without the constant fear of potential danger. Fascinatingly, even after leaving the White House in 2021, Barron, then approaching his 15th birthday, continued to benefit from Secret Service protection. Under federal law, this high-caliber security detail remained available to him until he turned 16, providing an added layer of peace of mind during that time. Meanwhile, his parents are set to benefit from the services of these covert agents throughout their lives. Barron Trump's influence extends beyond his privileges, as he also makes waves in the realm of fashion and public perception. Shifting focus from the grand homes and elite schools that have shaped his upbringing, this young billionaire heir has proven himself a formidable presence in the fashion world. Barron Trump's impeccable style has captivated attention from the very start. The moment he entered the public eye, his clothing choices became a hot topic of discussion. And honestly, it's hardly shocking. With Melania Trump, an ex-supermodel renowned for her keen fashion sense, as his mother, it was almost inevitable that Barron would grow into a style icon. Melania's discerning taste for fashion ensures her son is always impeccably dressed. Barron's stylish evolution commenced early, with one of his first major public appearances taking place during his father's presidential inauguration in January 2017. At just 10 years old, Barron stood out in a striking navy suit, paired with a crisp white button-down and a sleek silk tie in matching navy. His impeccably styled hair and polished appearance hinted at the fashion choices he continued to make as he grew older, showing a clear inclination for formal and refined attire. During his father's presidency, Barron frequently appeared at official events, always donning high-quality, elegant outfits that mirrored his family's opulent lifestyle. Whether attending state dinners or traveling with his parents on diplomatic trips, his wardrobe consistently radiated sophistication. He gravitated toward timeless classics, such as tailored suits and pristine dress shirts, which highlighted his mature and composed fashion sense. One particularly memorable outfit was the $10,000 black suit he sported at the 2018 White House State Dinner honoring French President Emmanuel Macron. Barron's clothing seems to balance luxury with accessibility, as he's often been seen in suits and ties from prominent designers like Brooks Brothers and Ralph Lauren. Yet, his sense of style isn't confined to formal wear. On more casual occasions, such as family vacations or informal public outings, Barron has been photographed in laid-back ensembles. Think cotton t-shirts, shorts, and comfortable sneakers that still exude a sense of effortless style. Although his outfits often appear casual, each one is thoughtfully chosen to showcase his distinctive sense of style. A standout casual ensemble came during a family trip in 2019. The Trumps were returning from their Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida when Barron exited Air Force One sporting khaki trousers, a white polo shirt, a vibrant red jacket, and beige New Balance sneakers. His eye-catching red jacket created a sharp contrast with the subdued tones worn by his parents. demonstrating his willingness to experiment with his clothing and embrace bold splashes of color. Barron's developing sense of style has been shaped by his upbringing in a high-profile environment. Growing up in the spotlight, he has been exposed to luxury fashion from an early age, with his mother, Melania, ensuring he is dressed in designer outfits that often complement her own sophisticated wardrobe. This influence is evident in Barron's penchant for well-made, tailored pieces that reflect his family's affluence and position. As he has matured, his personal style has continued to evolve. In August 2020, at the age of 14, Barron turned heads with a retro-inspired outfit reminiscent of 1950s fashion. As he descended from Air Force One, Barron resembled a fashion icon, sporting a sleek bomber jacket from the luxury label Moncler, adorned with red, white, and blue accents. He paired it effortlessly with classic black jeans and polished leather shoes. This outfit highlighted Barron's knack for curating bold, stylish looks. Speaking of style, his tastes extend to high-end watches as well. Barron has been seen rocking some impressive wristwear, including a Rolex Submariner, an undeniably sophisticated timepiece. And it doesn't come cheap, with entry-level prices starting around $10,000. But then again, when you're part of the Trump family, looking the part is all part of the game, right? He's also been spotted with an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, which is essentially the ultimate accessory for the modern man. This watch marries elegance with a sporty edge, all for a starting price of $20,000 or more. Moreover, he's also been spotted sporting a Patek Philippe Nautilus, a luxury timepiece with a starting price of $30,000, though the cost can vary greatly depending on the specific model. Given his remarkable sense of fashion, it's no surprise that some speculate Barron might have a future in fashion. With his towering height, striking looks, and well-placed family connections, he seems to possess all the qualities needed to become a style icon. Yet, whether or not he decides to follow in his mother's footsteps and enter the fashion world remains to be seen. For now, Barron Trump continues to turn heads with his sophisticated wardrobe while keeping a relatively low profile, quietly enjoying a life filled with luxury. The public has always shown immense interest in his appearances, particularly as the youngest child of a former president. His attendance at events often draws media coverage and sparks intrigue. One of his standout appearances took place during Easter 2024 at the Mar-a-Lago Club, his father's lavish resort. This occasion, like many others, not only offered a glimpse into Barron's extravagant lifestyle, but also revealed his interactions within elite social circles, reigniting public fascination with him. These instances continue to captivate and intrigue the public, offering a glimpse into the distinctive intersection of affluence and ordinary life that characterizes Barron's existence. The Easter celebration held at Mar-a-Lago was an extravagant event, attended by prominent figures and members of the Trump family. Barron, with his towering stature and remarkable resemblance to his father, drew significant attention throughout the evening. His height, frequently discussed in the media, contributes to his commanding aura and ensures he stands out in any gathering. Clad in a flawlessly fitted black suit paired with a yellow tie, Barron embodied refinement and grace, exemplifying the polished image associated with the Trump family. Mar-a-Lago, renowned for its luxurious ambience and exclusive clientele, served as a fitting venue for the festive occasion. The property, with its vast grounds, sumptuous amenities, and ornate design, symbolizes the opulence and influence of the Trump family. Barron's attendance at such an event underscores his status within elite social circles and the luxurious lifestyle he enjoys. The event garnered significant media attention, with various outlets capturing snapshots and video footage of Barron alongside his family partaking in the celebration. In particular, numerous images and clips featured Barron during different moments of the gathering, consistently positioned near both his father and mother. In one clip, he is shown sitting alongside his mother and several guests, seemingly awaiting the arrival of their meal. Nearby, Trump is observed standing and conversing with attendees. Yet, this Easter sighting was far from an isolated occurrence, as Barron has been part of numerous significant public events over the years, each offering a glimpse into his life and character. These outings were noteworthy, as they brought Barron into the public eye and showcased his place within the Trump family dynamic. Beyond the extravagant celebrations and polished suits, Barron Trump has a strong enthusiasm for sports, particularly soccer. Known to be an Arsenal Football Club supporter, he was once photographed wearing their jersey in the White House garden back in 2017. Later, he took his passion further by playing for DC United's under-12 team and the Arlington Soccer Association's under-14 squad. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has made notable efforts to encourage Barron's growing soccer aspirations, reportedly praising him to the FIFA president and arranging introductions to soccer icons. Clearly, Trump takes pride in his son and aims to help him thrive in the sport he adores. Of course, when you're Barron Trump, the president's son, your love for soccer includes receiving FIFA World Cup memorabilia directly from Vladimir Putin, enjoying meetups with stars like Wayne Rooney, and hearing your budding sports career acknowledged in presidential press conferences. All the exclusive privileges and rare public sightings of Barron Trump have placed him in the public eye over the years. As he matured, his journey into adulthood increasingly became a subject of fascination for both the media and the public. Reaching the milestone of turning 18 in March 2024 was not only a significant event for Barron himself, but also altered how the world viewed him. No longer the child overshadowed by his prominent parents, the youngest Trump began to step into his own identity. Recently, a former NBC executive remarked that now, as an adult, Barron was no longer exempt from public criticism. This comment seemed to ignite a wave of online discussions, with many claiming that Barron had now become a legitimate target for both critique and mockery. Among the most striking developments after his 18th birthday was his announcement as a Florida delegate for the Republican National Convention. This decision further immersed him in the political sphere long dominated by his father. Despite this heightened attention, Barron appeared unfazed, seemingly prepared to forge his own path in the political world. His father, the former president, even shared that Barron enjoys politics and often offers his own advice on the subject. Barron's apparent interest in politics could suggest a potential future in the political arena, following in his father's path. Yet, in an unexpected twist, he chose not to back his father as a delegate during the Republican presidential campaign, citing other obligations. This decision came shortly before Barron completed his studies at Oxbridge Academy in West Palm Beach, Florida. As he moves into adulthood, the opulent lifestyle he has always experienced is unlikely to change. With access to high-end fashion and extravagant properties, his life exemplifies the immense wealth and privilege associated with the Trump family name. However, this level of luxury has also brought increased public attention, which has only grown now that he has reached adulthood. What are your thoughts on Barron Trump and the extravagant lifestyle he leads? Share your opinions in the comments below. And for more engaging videos like this, click one of the cards displayed on your screen now.